Oh, Chiori. Well, I mean, there are really few practical reasons why you would want to pull for her, and the first one is definitely because she's absolutely hot. And while for those of you out there who wants to look down upon like a buck also, then yes, Chiori is a perfect character for you to have on your account as well. However, while I mean for the majority of us, the answers is pretty much clear, because while one of the main reasons why we're not pulling for Chiori at this point in time is because yes, we have Chiori at home. And she, I mean, he is an absolutely amazing character that is, you know, pretty much playable, almost like Chiori. Now I'm pretty sure during the past week, you guys already have a lot of time to actually test out Chiori. Even if you're not pulling for her, you do have the trial. So I don't really have to go through that once again. But while one of the main reasons why Chiori is in the situation she is in right now is because, well, she's basically almost like a character that already exists, which is Albedo, and the only thing she has to offer on the table is going to be a little bit of a better damage output than Albedo can. And other than that, I really don't think there are actually much else she has to offer onto the table. Well, of course, apart from the fact that her E skill has some unique ability in terms of instant switching to your next character, or you know, her door doesn't really get broken unlike other Geo construct that we already have in the game. And that actually wants me to lead into a discussion of why Hoyoverse actually approve a kit of Chiori being like that, as well as her, you know, attack animation being so similar already to how some of the characters out there in the game that we've already had. I mean, they are having a lot of money in terms of characters developments, and I believe they do actually have time to come up and think of these characters design, because while as we've seen in the past year, there aren't actually too many new characters that comes out, and it's not like we literally have 2 or 3 new characters that comes out every single patch. What's more important also is that Chiori is a new Geo character that has a lot of players really look forward to her, expecting some kinds of, you know, possible upgrade changes to the mono Geo comps that we already have in the game right now. You know, we already had Navia before, but Navia is kind of like a special case where she doesn't exactly work in specific Geo teams. But then Chiori, being a new Geo character, as well, have many of the players who love Geo comps been hyping up a little bit. But then, well, once we actually see the skills and kits of Chiori, man, oh man, we start disappointing. And that's a little bit sad for me too as well, even though I'm not really a main into mono Geo comps or, you know, specific Geo team buildings and stuff like that, but I do kind of get pretty excited whenever there are new potential coming to words and elements that is not really prioritized in the game right now, especially, you know, Geo, Anemo, those kind of elements are a little bit lackluster at this point in time. Yes, so Chiori would have been that bright potential to change up Geo comps a little bit, but then right now I guess it's not going to be anymore, and so Navia is still going to be one of the best Geo character that we've got to date right now, so at least I think that's going to be a good thing. I mean, you know, it's a very bad situation for a character when I myself, first of all, don't pull for that specific character. Plus, what's even worse is that I've already tried to ask some of my friends whether or not they actually pulled for Chiori so that I can actually borrow their account to do some kind of testing on her. I did not get any of the answer back because all of them actually skip, and so the only thing I've got right now is basically a Chiori within a trial to talk about, and I don't really even actually get to test any of her specific teams out because, while most of us are already skipping on her, but while at the end of the day, I don't think Chiori actually has that many teams that she can fit in as well, apart from, you know, mono Geo teams or Ito teams specifically at this point in time. Usually Ito team would love to have Furina on the team, therefore even if we have Chiori, we still would love to have some kind of a healer, which is where Goro C4 actually comes in, so that's going to be a little bit of a very expensive team at the end of the day. So I mean, there has been a lot of hit potential that Chiori could have had, but I don't know why Hoyoverse didn't take that chance to be a little bit more creative in terms of Chiori development, right? Because I know that, for example, some of the things that I think would be very good for Chiori as her specific kit would be a dedicated Geo healer in terms of that. Goro has access to healing capability, but his lock behind a C4 constellation, and most of us aren't gonna get there. And also, Furina is a character that is basically being on most of the DPS team right now, and Ito, for example, as a DPS hyper carry, would love to have Furina on his team, but if you're using Chiori alongside with Ito and Furina, you must be required to have a healer, and other than that, it's going to be a very tough situation for you to find a best Ito team. Noelle, I think it's going to be a fine situation because Noelle works best with Furina already, so I think she's fine. But I mean, how many of us actually use Noelle nowadays? I mean, we do have Noelle's main out there, but not many of us actually use her, right? So I kind of wonder if Chiori is going to be getting the Yoimiya treatment now. I mean, I feel sorry for Yoimiya before, but I mean, I feel Chiori is kind of like in a worse situation at this point in time because of how similar she is into Albedo's kit, and we've already know how little of usage Albedo has at this point in time. Man, Chiori is going to be in a little bit of a forgotten zone here as more character actually comes out, so I do feel a little bit bad for her. But at the end of the day, looking on to the bright side, if you guys are saving up for some of the better character like Kazuya, Neglect, and of course Alexino, then yeah, you've got more gems at this point in time to actually go ahead and pull for them, so that's going to be a good thing, and I really do wish you good luck on that. So I think that's all I have to say regarding Chiori at this point in time. She's just really in a bad situation, and I just want to voice what I want to say out there so that, if there's going to be any kind of attention toward, buffing Chiori or changing any kind of that, or just giving feedback into Hoyoverse out there so that they can actually improve on the character creation so that they don't create any kind of other coaching elements. Please don't do that. Then yeah, hopefully that's going to be in a better case. So if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate it, and I will catch you on my next video.